Hey, brothers and sisters, kings and queens, soldiers and warriors. This is your sister Fire, of course, y'all. And I want to thank all my subscribers for tuning in to the ministry, to my channel. I also want to thank just the cross watchers, people who are just stopping by. Thank you so much for tuning in and welcome to my channel. Now, if any of you ever want to get a hold of me, or if any of you ever want to sow a seed into the ministry, I'll always keep that information in the description the description box portion of my videos. And of course, any type of support that any of you give to my channel, to this ministry, it is very much appreciated. And I'll always pray that you get that back in return. So, with that being said, my brothers and sisters, I'm going to go ahead and jump right on into today's message. Today's message, I want to talk about boundaries and how boundaries are very important in any type of relationship, okay? Whether that be a friendship, a romantic relationship, a partnership, things of that sort. Boundaries are very important. Now, I'm just going to read the definition of boundaries just so we can all be clear. You know, if you watch my videos, you know I do that a lot. And it's always just to make sure that we're all clear, because sometimes we may think we know something and we may be a little bit off on, what we thought we knew, or whatever the case may be. So I just like to make things clear so we can get an understanding. Okay. So I looked up the definition of boundaries, and it says a line that marks the limits of an area, a dividing line. Okay. So when I'm talking about boundaries here, okay, let me give an example of like why it's so important for us to have boundaries. Okay, like let's say we were going to war with another country. Okay, and this is just an example. I'm not supporting any wars or anything. I'm just trying to give an example. And so we're going to war with another country. And so as long as we're on our side, okay, as long as we stay in our country, we're okay. But the moment we cross over those boundaries into the enemy's territory, into that other country, at that moment, we become a target, or we could become a target if we are going to war with that other country. The moment we step out of our territory and over into their territory, which is crossing that boundary, that line, we are now in the enemy's territory. Okay? So that's an example of boundaries. Another one, quick. Let's say you own a grocery store and you leave the doors open 24/7. You leave the cash register open, unlocked. Okay. What is going to stop customers from walking in and out of your store whenever they want to? And what is going to stop the customers from going in your register and taking all of your money whenever they want to? Nothing would be, because you had no boundary. But if you locked your doors, and if you kept your cash register locked and closed, then they would not be able to do what they want to. They would not be able to go in your register and steal your money because you had some type of boundary. Okay. And so that's why boundaries are very important for us, because they help protect us. Okay. They help, give us self-respect. Okay, and dignity when it comes to an individual and boundaries. Okay, If you did not have boundaries, a person would be able to walk all over you and do whatever they want to do if you don't set boundaries with that individual. You see what I'm saying? So on the flip side of it, it also makes others respect you. Okay, when you have boundaries for yourself, it also makes others respect you, whether they want to or not. Because when you, draw a line, in a certain area in your life, and you tell an individual, no, you can't do this. You know what I'm saying? At that moment, that person has to respect you, because they see that you are not going to allow just any and everything. Okay? So yes, boundaries help us have our own self-respect. They help us to not be taken advantage of. And they also teach others how to respect us. Because they can do nothing but respect you, my brothers and sisters, when you put your foot down and you draw a line, okay, of a boundary. Now, even the scriptures in Ecclesiastic chapter 7, verse 17 tells us don't be a fool. If we have no boundaries, then that means that a person can do whatever they want to do to us. Okay? And so that's being a fool. Okay? And none of us are fools. So Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 17 reads, "Don't be excessively wicked and don't be a fool." So even the scriptures tell us not to be a fool, my brothers and sisters. We must have boundaries. Because once again, my brothers and sisters, when you have boundaries, you now have self-respect. And you also demand respect from another individual, because they know that they can't just do you any kind of way. Because they know that they cannot overstep that boundary, that you have drawn that line in the sand. And so at that point, you keep your dignity. You keep your self-respect. So yes, I wanted to speak to you all about boundaries today. And with that being said, I love you all. Until next time.